Hello dear friends, I'm Violetta from Crafting with VioView. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to connect these snowflake motifs together to create a table runner or a blanket. In total in this collection there are 12 different designs. You can use all 12 different designs or the same one, repeat over and over, and then we'll connect the motifs together. After you finish your snowflakes, there will be 26 stitches from one corner to another corner of each snowflake. Please mark the corner stitches with stitch markers. If your snowflake design has a single crochet in the corner, your first and the last stitch of the side will be the chain stitch. If the snowflake has 3 double crochets into the same stitch in the corner, then the first and the last stitch will be the third double crochet of this 5 double crochet group, 1 2 3. So this will be the corner. Place the stitch markers into the front loop so they don't stay in the way when we will be connecting the sides using the back loops of these stitches. Okay, so now grab your yarn, put it over the hook and make a chain stitch and one more chain stitch. Now insert the hook into the back loop of the double crochet in the corner and then into the back loop of the chain stitch in the corner of the snowflake on the left, yarn over and pull through 3 loops. Do the same into the next stitches. Hook into the back loop of the next stitch into the snowflake on the right, hook into the back loop of the next stitch of the snowflake on the left, yarn over and pull through 3 loops. Make a slip stitch through 3 loops. Hook into the next stitch on the left, hook into the next stitch on the right, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Hook into the next stitch on the left, hook into the next stitch on the right, yarn over and pull through 3 loops. And like this you need to continue all the way until you join the last 2 stitches of this side. You need to make sure that your tension is not too tight because you don't want the seam to squish your seam the sides this way, okay? And you don't want it to be too loose neither because you don't want this ridge that is being created with this slip stitch. You don't want it to be too high, okay, too bumpy. So this tension should be just reasonable. So please continue joining this side and I'll show you how we finish it here. Okay, you finished joining this side. Let's join the last stitches. The third double crochet stitch of these 5 double crochet stitches group on the right side and the back loop of the chain stitch on the snowflake on the left side. Make a chain stitch and make one more chain stitch and cut the yarn. Well, you will ask me why we make so many chain stitches at both sides of these snowflakes. Well, first of all, we don't want it to unravel. Second, most of all, you will want to make a border around this blanket or a table runner. And also, if you make a blanket, you might want to add more motifs to it, and then we will be using these extra stitches to match the stitch count on all sides. Okay. Now, if you want to make a table runner, I would recommend you to create a pretty border around it. I will post a separate video tutorial for the border for the table runner. If you're making a blanket, you will need to create strips of snowflakes connected on both sides like this, and then connect those strips together with one long line throughout the length of the blanket. Start with placing the stitch markers into the first and the last stitch of each side, and in these corners the first and last stitch will be the chain stitch that we created while we connected these short sides. And now let's start joining this seam. Make 2 chain stitches, 1 and 2. And now we're going to start joining this seam the same way as we did for this short side. Hook into the back loop of the first stitch on the snowflake on the right side. Hook into the back loop into the first stitch of the snowflake on the left side. Yarn over and pull through 3 loops. And like this, we're going to join all the next stitches all the way till the end of this side. So we are almost at the end, joining the last several stitches together. This one. Okay, so now we have this first and last stitch of this side, the corner stitch of this side. Now we're going to work into the back loop of this stitch and into the chain stitch, the second chain stitch from the beginning of this chain. It's right here. Yarn over and pull through all these 3 loops, and we're going to work into the next stitch. So the second stitch on this side, on this right side for the snowflake, and the second stitch of the left side snowflake. Continue joining the seam as we did until now. So now what did we do? By creating this extra stitch, we avoided the squishing and the pulling of the stitch into this corner. Let us take off this stitch marker. You will see that your blanket will be laying flat without any pulling here. I'm going to continue this side, finish it, and show you the result. And so I finished joining this seam. You can see how it lays nice and flat. And you see this beautiful join at the intersection. It lays nice and flat too, without pulling. And when you look in the back, you will see these yarn tails from the short seams. You need to use the tapestry needle or a smaller hook, size hook to weave it into the back of these stitches, and the extra chain stitch that we created will make sure that the seam will not unravel. And after you're done joining all the seams, you will work on the border of this blanket. I will post the video tutorial for the border of this blanket separately. I hope that you like this video and you find it helpful. Please like this video and share it, and happy crocheting!